Okay, so yeah, doorbell. Sorry about that. Of course, she's recording a video. Somebody comes to the door. Wanted to point out that I had a closer look at these guys. What we have here is we have the X end stop. This is going to be the X minus end stop. This is the X plus end stop. This is the Y minus end stop. So this is the one we're going to plug the Y axis into. So we're going to plug the end stop in here. We're going to plug the motor in over here. Okay. But before we do that, we're going to have to get the y-axis mounted. So let's go ahead and do that. So first step in getting the y-axis mounted after we've got this cover off, we're going to take the whole printer and we're going to put it up on its side. And so I'm just going to flip it over like that. And hopefully you got an angle on that. And what we're going to do is we've got 3 screws to put in. We've got 2 on the bottom going from this side and one that's going to come in from the front or the top, and it's going to go into this lower hole. There's 2 holes here, right? The upper hole and the lower hole. We're going to take this upper hole and plug into that. And so that with the y-axis, the important thing to realize with the y-axis is there's 2 sides. One side is just the pulley for the belt. The other side has the motor. It's going to have the motor and it's going to have the end stop, the switch for the end stop right there. So I'm going to separate these wires out, the motor wire and the end stop wire. When I put these guys on, I'm going to put them towards the back of the printer, so away from the LCD screen. So the motor and the end stop are going to be back here. To do this, this is a little bit tedious. We're going to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this hole right here, and we're going to put the longer of the screws in. So we've got 3 screws. Of the 3 screws, this hole is going to get the longest one. So I'm going to grab the long one. Oops. Okay, and I'm just going to start threading it by hand. And then once it's poking through, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, there we go. That's most of the way through. I'm going to get this guy lined up and start screwing it in. I'm going to take the biggest of the Allen keys and go ahead and try and get this guy down. They warn you not to over tighten these in the quick start guide or the getting started guide, so we're not going to crank down on them too hard, just finger tight. Okay, that one's in. And come over here to the bottom. On the bottom side, we've got 2 screws, one here and one here. Because the first one's here, I'm going to go ahead and take the liberty of doing the other side first. And I'll get 2 points anchoring that guy down. Okay, so get this guy screwed in, and then one last screw. Again, I'm just gonna go finger tight on that guy, and finally, that's it. So that's it for getting the y-axis mounted. We got to plug in the wires and put the plate on, but I get the feeling this is the hard bit. Okay, so that's it there. Let's flip it back on its bottom. Okay, and now you can see I've got the end stop wire and the motor wire. These only go in one way. You can see the little prongs right here. I'm just going to plug that right into the motor slot. Okay. Same thing with the end stop. Pretty much only goes in one way. Get that plugged in, and those guys are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to put this plate back on, and we'll see you in a second.